Like I said, I was born and raised here, raised up as a masonry contractor for 25 years. I farmed, I worked in the oil field, I drilled, I worked the construction part of it. I think as far as being qualified, it was simple for me to run a crew. That's not a problem. I think everybody that's been around me knows that I work with other people, so. The main thing is, I just want respect back into our office. I want the roads fixed, and as well, we gotta, watch our budget because we did lose a lot of revenue. We're gonna continue to lose it the way the oil's dropping now, so our tax base comes off of that. It's a lot of it. And I hate to see our taxes go up continually. And I'm sure it will in the future, very future. Thank you.
Gotta tell them the things you forgot early on, okay?
I guess one of the biggest assets I would have to being commissioner is the support of my family. They understand when I have to go do a job, what it takes, and I'm there for them too. I just really believe that Precinct 1 deserves better than what they've had. Courthouse, roads, total package. They deserve, and the citizens, which I'm one of, deserve better than what we've had. We deserve better roads. We deserve making sure that the money that we pay in taxes is going to where it needs to go and it's doing what it needs to be doing. And I believe in it. That's what I want to do. I want to be commissioner because I think I can do a great job at it. And I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You know, I've owned and operated heavy equipment, worked on it most of my adult life, and enjoy it. I enjoy getting out and work. I'm an outdoors type guy. Office work on bottom. I've been on computers for years and done. And the one thing that I think we're going to have to do out here, when we build a road, let's do something. Let's do it as a team. Not just a team of people that's out there working for the county, but the team, including the voter and the landowner. There's landowners out here in this precinct that aren't voters. They just own land out there. They ought to be a part of it too. That drainage is on them. There's a lot of things that they see. You people see what's out there when we don't. You see that rain, you see what's going on. We need to work together. We need information from y'all. We all need to do it together and find out what's happening out there. As far as another thing I want to point out, our budget, this budget this year was $696,000, $125,000 that was for rock. If that load of rock costs you $300, you're putting down one load every half a mile. It won't build these roads. We got to have these grants in place. We got to be on board and get them down now, because that right there is nothing but maintenance. That's all it is maintenance. We can't build these roads on this budget. We've got to go to work, and we've got to get everything we can together to make it work, and we've got to do it quick. You got hands out here, I talk about working, and I know some people don't like that part about a working commissioner, but I'm going to tell you something about that. Out of a 365-day year, you got 252 days. You take off 12 days for the paid holidays they get off. And then you turn around and you take off another 20 bad weather days. We're down to 220 workable days. When you got vacations and sick time on top of that these people pay because the county gives it to them, there's no way around that. You better have somebody that's willing to jump in there. I got a CDL license. I can go haul a load of rock in the middle of the night, go out there and get somebody out where they get back in their place. I can run equipment and make sure I can get it patched up and we can get a school bus in and start getting some of these mail carriers in and out. I've talked to mail carriers out here on these days that I've been on these roads and surveying them out. And ask them what's the worst roads you're seeing, and then of course the answer is the same, all of them. But I just think it's imperative that we move quick and start and work hard, because we're going to take everything we got to get this thing going.
Thank you. Stephen?
conversation in precinct 1 is primarily about roads, and I feel like whichever one of us is elected will improve on whatever we've got here. I sure don't think any of us will go backwards from where we are. I don't know if we can go backwards from where we are, but I think we'll all definitely start to see an improvement. That's very important. We've all got great ideas and visit with the commissioners and people that have gone before us and whatnot. But I feel that myself, with my experience and my youth and the out-of-the-box ideas I want to implement, my volunteer program, I'm not going to outsource a lot of this work to outside companies. We're going to bring it in-house, and we're going to use those 4 belly dump trailers that are sitting up there. We're going to put those trucks to work. I don't know what inventory I'll have when I take commissioner, but I know that I want to use a lot of this in-house. There's a lot of people in this county that are out of work because of the oil field. You can get a $15 an hour guy with a CDL, I would imagine, all day long. We're going to put these people to work, and we are going to improve on these roads. It's going to take time. Everybody knows that. It's not going to happen overnight. And we're going to do it with a new energy and something that we can actually work towards. If you work 90 hours a week, you're possibly going to burn out on it. I don't know. But we do have to work towards that. The roads are very important. On a side note, something that's also very important to me that we haven't heard very many people address is Montague County's #1 in the state of Texas per capita on child abuse cases. That's something that's very near and dear to me. Roads are very important, it affects all of us. But I've worked for a children's center for 5 years. I've seen what happened firsthand with these children. And I have a heart and compassion and want to work with these kids, work with the sheriff's department, work with the courts, the DA's office, whoever's necessary. I don't have all the answers, but to help alleviate some of these issues in Montague County.
Thank you.
This entire race boils down to one very simple fact. It's about the roads. This is a $700,000 business. We've been very fortunate to get some grant money. I've been able to work with some folks downstate to get some of that up here. But we're going backwards. Over the last 3 years, our roads have deteriorated to the point where they're not passable. And that's absolutely unacceptable. There's no excuse for it. There's no reason for it. It's going to take time. It has to be run like a business. And with businesses, you have leadership, and you go in there and you develop the team. You get people to where they are properly trained so they know how to use the equipment, and then you've got to supervise them. And you've got to make sure they're using that training and that they're using the equipment correctly. Now, we're going to move forward with this project. We're not going to talk about what happened the last 3 years once I get in office. We're going to talk about the first 2 or 3 weeks, what we need to get going so we can get to using money correctly. Because we sure can't throw gravel on the road until it's put together right. And we've got to stop this practice that's currently going on of blading the gravel into the ditch. I mean, I've got people come up to me and they're going, I don't understand this. You know, they came out and they put a load of rock on the road, and half of it's in this ditch and half of it's in that ditch, and I still got a pothole. We've got to be smarter. We've got to treat this like a business. We have increased the budget this year, actually, in Montague County by a fairly sizable amount. So the money is there. The road and bridge budget has increased. Precinct 1's is down because, well, in the last 3 years, quite frankly, we've squandered a surplus. We don't have an emergency fund. We have just enough emergency fund to get from October 1st to December 31st. Been over $300,000 coming out of that this last 3 years. I appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you, Ms. Berger, for being so delightful and so patient with us. I would like to say a thank you to my wife for putting this together because I think she's done a great job.
I think you're right.